Today's Morphin Network video is brought to you by Karson's Korner. Karson's Korner is a black LGBTQ owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises. These franchises include King of the Hill, Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, and of course, most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at www.carsonscorner.com.
Ranger power! Rangers of Aquadog, full power! Power of water! Power of light! Powers unite!
Welcome to another interview of the Morphin Network. We have here David Bacon, the Red Mighty Morphin Alien Ranger. Hello, David. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yes. Oh, and we have here my partner, Brandon Benfield.
Hello there.
Hey, Brandon.
43. Yes. So, how are you guys doing so far?
So far, good.
Yeah, doing really good.
Awesome. Oh, again, guys. So we got for the first time David Bacon, the Red Mighty Morphin Alien Ranger, for the first time since '96. Yes. I mean '94, correct?
Oh gosh, you didn't tell me I was going to have to remember dates.
Yes. Hey, I watched you in an old VHS tape, so I love your character. So I love Alien Rangers.
My kids get a kick out of it too.
Yes. All right, guys. So David, how did you start with acting?
Oh well, I'm a third generation actor singer. My family's from New York. Again, like I said, my aunt used to sing at the Copacabana. My grandfather was one of the Kennedy twins, the dancing Kennedy twins, and it's just something that my family seems to do. We're very extroverted and creative and musical, so acting was something that you could do. I did a lot of musicals as a kid. One of the first plays I ever did was Cat on a Hot Tin Roof because my mom was in it and I had to sleep with the other kids backstage. So from there, it just kind of, it's not a bad career.
Let me ask you this. What's your favorite musical?
What's that?
What's your favorite musical?
My favorite musical? I don't know that I have one. It's like I don't have a favorite band either. I like a lot of stuff, One of my favorite, I played the dentist, which was Little Shop of Horrors, which was great. Yeah, Oren Scavelli, DDS.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun show. was a little more fun than Babes in Toyland, but it was a little more adult than Babes in Toyland.
Yeah.
So David, how did your what was your audition process like for Power Rangers? How did that come about? What did you experience? How did that go?
It was very typical. Anybody listening ever want to be an actor? Be prepared for chicken salad sandwiches being eaten while you're at your pinnacle moment. That's just how the business goes. They've got other things going on, and you're one of many. I went in and did my audition. My character was described as having their telepathic and highly educated powers for over a millennium. So I thought, all right, I'm going to mix Spock with Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey, and be very staccato-ly intelligent in every response that I had, and almost emotionless. And I went in and did my audition, didn't get a call back. And then later on that night, it just so happened, because at the place that they did the casting, they did acting showcases with casting directors. I got a call from Tom and Tom Clone, and he said, yeah, I want to bring you in. I go, oh, so they wanted to bring me in? That's great. He goes, no, I'm bringing you in. I go, what do you mean? He said, well, they didn't pick you, but in the meeting afterwards, they described exactly what you did. So I'm going to bring you back in and see what they say. And I was one of the first, if not the first person they ended up picking the next day or 2 days later. So that's what I mean. It's like a lot of times they either don't know what they're looking for at your moment. Unfortunately, they weren't necessarily paying attention. Or they thought they wanted something, and after they saw a bunch of people, they forgot who they saw earlier. So that was the process. Anyway, ended up, I got hired. Thank you, Tom Clone. And the rest is history.
To add that, so the alien voice, did you have to make your own, or they told you how to do it?
Part of the process was we had 5 or 6 different directors, and none of them had seen the shows and had any idea what we did. So everything we did, we made up as we went along. From our throw signs to etc. We had to make up all our own stuff, who was where, etc. The voice was something that was done in the studio, because we're from a water planet. That would have been very hard to do, although I do understand there are some African languages that have clicks and claps and bops in it, but none of us would know how to do that, so they just threw that in post.
I see. Going to the actual follow-up question is, what was your experience on set while filming Power Rangers?
Set was great. It was very professional. I had my own PA, so I got my French toast and bacon and orange juice and coffee every morning. Got the script, went through the script. Sometimes a couple of us would get together. We'd go down to the main room, or we'd just get our schedule and find out when we were being taken to one of the many locations that we went to, that we worked out of.
Basically, how was is it true you guys have to wake up really early in the morning, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. back then?
All production days start very early. Yeah, and especially if you're doing outside locations, you need every moment of the sun. That just reminds me of a story when in February somebody wanted to shoot. It was the opposite. It wasn't February. It was July. Somebody wanted to shoot a horror movie in July, and I go, "There's like 8.5 hours of sunlight." I mean, darkness, right? So it's all you got to do it in. You want your most hours, in February, so that you can have a longer night, longer production. You can't shoot those horror death scenes when it's not dark.
Any iconic places where you filmed your scenes, Power Rangers?
Not unless they shoot in Santa Clarita, all around that area, from the hills to the parks there. Again, it was a kid's show, so we didn't exactly hit the strip, we did a lot of parks, we did a lot of hills, we did, as you know, all the fights happened in the quarries and stuff like that. By the time I became a Power Ranger, another thing was I do have a martial arts background, but we did have the Japanese guys that did all the fighting scenes. By then it was just quicker for production to not have us doing the fight scenes as well. So we just shot all our stuff, and all the fight scenes were done by others. Although we did have to have a molded helmet because of our brain had to be coming out of our headband.
That was actually going to be my kind of follow-up question. So Jim Gray, who you know as your Yellow Ranger there.
Yeah.
He told me kind of his experience with having to do the mold with that mask. What was that experience like for you? Are you claustrophobic? Was that difficult for you, or how did you handle that process?
No, I'm not claustrophobic. I didn't have. I thought it was the hardest thing for me was to keep my mouth shut and not ask questions about all the cool stuff I saw on the wall.
And then I actually have a specific question about another one. So you guys did the episode where you went to the car wash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How was filming that scene and that day? What was that day like for you?
Well, it was a little more fun than standing around in a park in the heat waiting to shoot. Not quite as fun as the ice cream eating day that the scene started off with the ice cream in my mouth and they pulled off from me. I mean, the whole lot. I think I had 3 or 2 ice creams in my mouth at once. You know. Again, most of that was us just trying to have fun, and luckily the other guys that they hired, we were able to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And play off of each other because, as they said, it's a kids show. It's like, all right, but you know, we could make this as fun and interesting as possible.
Do you have any fun behind the scenes, like moments with your castmates or on the set of the Power Rangers? And you know, I guess I follow up to that would be, what was it like kind of working with the kids?
I'm sorry, it's been so long. I can't really think of any specific days. The kids were all great. I really didn't watch the Power Rangers prior to getting the show. I didn't even have kids at the time, or at the time my kid was a baby. So it was a few more. You know, we were into Baby Mozart at the time. Right? He wasn't in the and when he got a little bit bigger, we had to like curtail how much he watched because he is my kid and he is hyper and saw all the kicking and everything. But no, dealing with those kids, that was really fun. Then I started like investigating and seeing, and then the big kids were off in New Zealand making the movie at the time, so it was really fun. Everybody was very professional and appreciated the work, and we daily went in there and were prepared and did what we could.
That's amazing. So next question is for you. For my question is, what did you like about your character Aurico? What did you like about him?
He was more cerebral than some of the others. Kareem was supposed to be the military guy. Corcus was kind of the comedy relief guy. Raj was the straightforward leader one. So again, I think it was part of why Spock was number 1, right, to the captain. So I mean, the Red Ranger was like number 1 to Raj, but Kareem was also the military guy. So I guess that's what I liked the most was he was kind of the thinking one, having to think.
I see. Brandon?
Yeah. So can you tell us? Okay. So what do you think your character Aurico will be doing right now in the current Power Rangers timeline?
Well, I was joking. I'm running an ice cream parlor because of how we started off with the can't get enough of that ice cream in his mouth. You know, that one scene where we started off at the ice cream truck at the park.
Yeah.
Obviously, they had never had ice cream, and what is better than ice cream? I'm not really sure.
Yeah. So I guess in real life, before we move on to kind of other things, have you had the chance to communicate and keep up with the rest of your castmates? And, have you had any, have you guys spoken much since the show?
I talked to Alan. I stayed in touch with Alan. I couldn't find Jim because I misspelled his name. So, of course, it never came up as him. Kareem, I did see around. Again, as I did things, I would check my IMDb and then I would check the other cast members, and I'd see Kareem did a few other things as well for them. Part of the problem was too, we were supposed to get our own show, the Alien Rangers show, but then it was just about the same time that Saban became the Saturday morning Fox head of Saturday morning children's television. So somehow that all went on hold. But yeah, I talked to Alan. That's about it. Couldn't find him. Didn't ever talk to Kareem. And Alan was always in touch with Raja.
Can you tell us how you started working as a camera operator for the entertainment industry?
Well, as an actor, about that time, the digital revolution happened, and I had a friend that was acting in a feature film that a friend of his had written, was starring in, was shooting and directing it, editing at home on his iMac. And I said, "How in the hell do you do that?" So he started showing me, and I thought, well, that's really cool. I could shoot some stuff and get stuff for my reel, you know. And so I started writing and directing and shooting stuff as an actor and doing the same thing. And eventually I had other friends that wanted to do stuff. And I found that it was much more interesting for me to get a call, "Hey, are you available? I need a cameraman." And nobody ever ate their chicken salad sandwich in the meeting as a camera or DP person. So I just... It all kind of happened that way. I get to use all the same processes. I mean, I studied at Stella Adler. I studied Meisner as an actor. It's all story. I studied writing. I've been writing poetry and short stories and songs since I was 15. So the process is all basically the same. And it became a lot of fun. I work with directors. I also found that as a director, you have to take care of everything. And I don't necessarily like producing. I don't like the administrative. It's not very creative, and it dilutes you. So, camera ended up being cool. I'm a big boy who likes toys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And cameras are toys, and the parameters that go along it are from depth of field to framing to the strength in the frame and rack focusing to moving the camera and making things. I started reading more and more and said, yeah, I like this.
Besides Quick Camera, what films did you like working on? Like any memorable projects while as a camera operator?
Oh, I did a crazy martial arts one with Jean-Claude Van Damme's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Her boyfriend starred and directed in it with her, along with Oliver Stone's son, Sean. I'd done 3 movies with Sean, and so that was a lot of fun. It was just about the most out there thing I'd ever done, because it was martial arts. I mean, we had a bunch of Goldberg, the wrestler.
Yeah.
Yes.
We did a scene going through the car wash like Power Rangers, and yeah, he was going to beat me up. I think the one day he was very unhappy with me. But see. You tend to want to get your job done, and you can't care who's who, you know, what they do elsewhere and stuff. But I one of the first ones that I did was directed by Jeremy London from, was it not Full House, Party of Five or one of those?
Party of Five,
Yeah, Jeremy London. And that was, that took us 3 weeks to do in a studio. It was basically 12 angry men, but every 5 minutes somebody dies. You either decide or fate will.
Yeah. He actually does the convention circuit here and there, so.
Yeah, no, Jeremy's a great guy. Yeah, he's living in Florida these days. Last time I ran into him was actually at a museum I had my kids, he had his kid.
Oh.
But, nice guy, him and his brother. Oh, they did a day player part in that martial arts movie too.
That's awesome.
Brandon?
So, can you also tell us how you started your work as a gaffer in the entertainment industry?
Well, a gaffer is the guy who's in charge of doing what the DP wants as far as the lighting. So, basically, he's a sergeant of the materials, and the lieutenant would say, "This is the hill we need to take," and the sergeant would get that hill taken. In that case, there's equipment. The DP decides how it's going to be lit, and the gaffer has the crew, the best boy electric, under him, and they position the grips, position the stands, and the electric position the lights. And how I got started, I needed to make a living. So everybody else is a camera guy or wants to be a camera guy or director. So I work with the same 20, 30 people for over 10 years constantly, because you just plug yourself into whichever job, right? Like an actor, if somebody's making a movie and there's a part and only one ingenue, only one leading man, so you come up with a character that's the guy down the hall.
Did it take innovation, like to go from, all right, you know, I'm buying the camera, I'm a camera operator, now I think I want to be a gaffer, or now I want to be a director of photography? Like, what takes you from like cameraman to your camera operator to DP?
Well, nothing takes you from it. If you're trying to build a career in any type of filming, etc., you start off not having people. So you start off doing everything. So self-employment, which is the part of the problem of entertainment, that why a lot of people try and get in and they think they can do it. You're self-employed. So as a self-employed person, you're the accountant, you're the gaffer, you're the camera guy, you're the writer, you're the scheduler, you're the hot dog getter. So you start to learn that. Now, also as a cameraman, to get hired as a cameraman, you need to be able to understand your camera. And if you want to move into being a DP, DPs do the lighting. So there's a lot of analogies to restaurants. You know, if you want to be the head chef, you got to know every job in that kitchen. If you want to be a DP, you can't start calling lights and placing lights unless you understand all the process that involves in getting it. An AD is another one, also needs to know the entire process, because they decide how long we have to do it. So I had friends that were camera guys, and they would get camera jobs, and there wasn't a second camera job. They would need somebody they could depend on that knew was as fastidious and learned as them in getting the job done. So they would hire me to be their gaffer.
Interesting. Good work.
And vice versa. If I had a job and like I own 4 cameras, I own Reds and Sonys and stuff. And if I had that, I would bring one of them in, because we already work in tandem.
To compare, I feel like whenever, I don't know, like, you know, I've been doing this agent thing now, like booking agent thing now for a year. People are like, oh man, you're so lucky, I wish I could do what you do, whatever. And it's just such a small thing, but it's like, yeah, but it's just something I just kind of did. Like, I don't know, I didn't have to ask permission, or, you know, like I just, you know, I built a rapport first, I built myself up first, and then I went to that area because I felt like I was ready. I feel like it's a similar situation to a different scale. Like, you know, if you have the skill to do it, why not just take your shot and do it? Or, you know, ask the questions and get yourself there. Especially being like a self-employer, kind of what you just said.
Well, yeah, the secret of it is, the only reason to do anything in any kind of entertainment is if you can't see yourself doing anything else. Then you go for it, and you don't set a time limit. How many times have you heard, well, I'm going to go to Hollywood, but if nothing happens in 2 years, it's like, don't even go.
Right.
You're going to go to Alaska to be a coal miner, and if something doesn't happen in 6 months, you know what I mean? There's no reason to even leave, because that's not how it happens. It happens through perseverance. It happens through the lessons that are learned through perseverance. And then, like every other business, you need to build a rapport with people. I think you use that word, right?
Yeah.
You know, you got to build a rapport with people that are in the industry, because everybody scratches each other's backs. And that's how I became a gaffer, was because I was already doing lighting. I already worked with other people on we do salad spinner commercials. You know what I mean? Not a huge movie crew. Well, if you do a salad spinner infomercial, and then the next week you're working for 2 weeks with a Red on a feature up in the mountains, there's an old saying, all things being equal, who do you want to spend 2 weeks in the desert with?
Yeah.
Well, the guy that you already know you can work with. So this is what we need. And I'm very vocal, and I'm a strong personality, so I have absolutely no problem getting directives and bossing people into doing it.
Sure.
True, yeah. I mean, it's relatable too. Like, same thing with Brandon. I built rapport, working for a podcast field. So that's how me and him got into touch, right, Brando?
Yeah.
Yeah, because nobody's going to do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
Yeah, there's no thing as I wish. It's just I do. You know what I mean? I know that might sound cheesy, but it's like, well, don't wish for it, just do it. You know.
Yep. Hard work. That's
Well,
everything.
Yeah, I surround myself. These are on my desk. Okay, I surround myself with things that are all about that. Failure is not a mistake. It's simply the best one can do under the circumstances. The real mistake is to stop trying. And that's the secret of life. You're going to die anyway, so try it from another angle.
Yeah.
Yep. True that. Speaking of which, relating to that topic, what's your inspiring advice to actors that want to work in the industry, or basically anyone that wants to work in the industry?
Well, if you think you have it and you're ready to do what the three of us have to do, which is spend a lot more hours not sleeping than our friends who hate their 40-hour-a-week job and go surfing or motorcycle riding on the weekends while we're not. Major in business and minor in your creative. I've been telling people that for 20 years because if you are creative, if people want to buy your stuff, you're going to get ate up by not understanding the business aspects of business, and entertainment is a business.
Yep.
So yeah, if you like it, do it. Get in plays, do everything, but don't just take creative courses because you'll end up with that shoe salesman that has a master's in English lit.
Right. It's relatable because like I went to school for science for my major, and my minor classes are all like theater, media, and it helped me out. So that's true.
Well, and I'm not poo-pooing college in any way, but I told my son when he was in high school, because he hated high school, and I said, high school isn't about the classes. It's about you growing up learning how to learn. You growing up how to learn what that guy at the front of the class needs from you.
Yeah.
That's the same thing a boss is going to need. You're not going to like your bosses any more than you like your teachers, but they're a necessary evil in life. They pay you. These are the nicest people you're ever going to have in front of you or overlording you are people that go into education.
True that. That's actually very true, guys. Brandon, final question for Golden fans.
Do you have any upcoming projects that you'd like to share with the people?
I'm right now working on 2 television shows. One is called Autopsy: The Last Hours of on Reels Network. I'm in my 6th or 7th season doing that. We shoot that with the San Joaquin Valley Medical Examiner. He used to be in San Francisco. It's called Autopsy: The Last Hours of. We're going to start up another season at the end of November. I also shoot America by Design. This is the 2nd season. It was on Fox at first, but I believe they sold it to CBS this year. It was an Australian company. It was Australia by Design. It's moved here. We did California by Design the 1st season. And other than that, I just do lots of everything from local commercials to corporate stuff. I live in Silicon Valley now, so there's a lot of corporate money here. So they do all kinds of in-house stuff where they need good storytellers. It's not glamorous. But they also don't work a production day, which is very nice.
Interesting. Okay, all right. All right, guys. So that ends the 10-question part of this interview. We're now with the fan question. David, answer some fan questions.
Sure.
Well, there's some greetings. So Aaron Gove saying, "Hi, David. You did a great job, Power Rangers by Morphin. I send greetings from Argentina." Oh,
Hi, Argentina.
Perdimus Masakar says greetings from Mama India. Hello.
Hi, Mumbai. Mumbai.
Perdimus asking, have you watched any episodes or clips of Cock Ranger and did you study your set? Oh, so basically, did you watch your Japanese footage?
No. You mean where the show came from?
Yeah.
Like I said, at first I didn't know anything about it. So yes, then I learned. Oh, this is all Japanese stuff. I grew up on Godzilla and stuff. So I mean, it was very reminiscent of Godzilla. All that B-roll stuff of the coming through, the fighting and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Giant Goddard's asking, saying, "Hey David, you did a great job playing Red Million." Aw, okay, nice.
Hey, Johnny.
Josh Johnson, what was it like working with David Yost?
Oh, David was very cool. Yeah, he was like the one. I don't know if they were adults because they were still very young. They were, actors are always older than the age they're portraying. But no, he was great. Not going to say he was just fun. Now, what were the two bad kids? What were their names?
Bulk and Skull.
Skull and
Bulk.
Bulk. Yeah. Now they were hilarious. Okay, but David was a great guy. Yeah, everybody was. I mean, we were all in the same boat. It's hurry up and wait. Here's the script. There's always 8 people in every scene. Nobody has a big moment. But David Yost. Yeah, he was like the only adult other than those two that were there.
Nice. How long did it take for costume makeup, Josh Johnson?
Luckily, we didn't have very much makeup. We put on our helmets that our brains came out of, that prosthetic thing, and our eyes came through there. So just this and our suits. And we all had the triangle with the different colors on there.
Yep.
Timothy Dacus, hi from Miami. David, Tiffany Red. Oh, okay. Hey, Timothy.
Yeah, we've had a lot of great great responses, David, for just people like, oh my goodness, there he is. Like, I can't believe he's, like they found him type of reactions.
Hi, Miami. I moved here from Miami. Yeah, Miami. Love Miami.
Perdimus asking these, well, you kind of answered that. Yeah. Kind of cast members.
Yeah. Yep. Matter of fact, I just recently got Jim's number, so we'll be doing some more, we'll be doing some stuff together, and Jim and I are going to, get in touch and see if we can't do some signings as a group. It'd be great.
Nice. Kent Brown, what do you think of your Ranger suits and the brain mask you had to wear?
I thought they were kind of cool. It was fun getting them done. As I said, my biggest problem was me keeping my mouth shut while we were getting the prosthetics on. You had to not say anything, which is really hard.
So I'm assuming that they made it one time, right? I mean, they made it one time, and then like it was something where you could just take off and put on easily after they made it.
Yeah, it was basically a helmet.
Yeah,
a helmet that came down over. So it was supposed to be our brain, but that was really a helmet. That it was this foam, not foam rubber, but super foam kind of thing that just pull over your head.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then of course, then there was the wardrobe was like. I forget. It wasn't a onesie, but it
looked like a nice, comfortable bathrobe.
Yeah. It wasn't uncomfortable at all. That's for sure.
Okay. Weird ice cream flavor.
Oh, cookies and cream.
Yes. Thank you. That's like people even like don't like it. Like, I don't know why, but at least it's glad.
And I'm not a big Oreo guy because it's too sweet, but it's just enough little nuggets of super sweetness and vanilla. I like it.
Okay. Would you come back to Shove Your Ask?
Sure, why not?
I
I could come back like some of those kid shows, like Saved by the Bell, and I could be the principal.
Oh.
Principal Alien Ranger.
So there is actually a Power Ranger on the current Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you were in this episode. What was it like filming the Alien Rangers and Ask Rangers?
So no, he weren't. That was in Zeo. He didn't come back for that one.
Yeah, we were just prior to the Zeo Crystal Rangers is what came. That was what the producers explained to us was the whole big reason why Alien Rangers came. They sent the kids off on their, and then the little kids had their quest to get big, to become the big kids again, while the bigger kids made the movie.
Two Deck says, why didn't you reprise your character in Malta? Oh, well.
Because they didn't ask.
Alright, guys, that's the answer. Let's see. Oh, what was it like working with Jason and Frank in the original Rangers? Or did you work?
Yeah, well, I think Jason is the one. I think I know. He's the kid with the ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised I remember. No, I'm telling you, everybody was very nice and acted professional and did their stuff. They were only there very briefly or came in. Yost was there a lot. Yost did a lot of scenes with us. I don't remember why he wasn't shrunk down to a little kid.
Well, he was. He came back. Earlier because I don't think he was going to be in the movie. There was no plans for him in the movie because his character actually left when you guys, in Zeo, when you guys were still there. Like when the team opened Zeo, your team came back, and then David left at that period of time. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, when they were off doing I'm assuming they were doing the Turbo movie because that came out after Zeo, and it takes that long to shoot. So that's got to be when they shot Turbo.
Probably right. Yeah.
Question for both of you guys.
We're working on it. That is one of the ones we're working on.
November next year. Sure.
Mike Wish. I wish they would have their own. Yeah, everyone here wish you guys had your own season.
Yeah, well, everyone here.
Yes, like, would you have to be in Forever Red and have you been given a chance?
Would you like to have been in Forever Red? Oh, well,
That's
I would. Yeah. Well, an actor can do everything anytime. So yes, I would have said yes. I would have done it. It was a good experience, and yeah, why not?
Wow. Can you tell the Alien Rangers were ninjas?
Could I tell that they were ninjas? Well,
The suit.
I don't know if they were ninjas, but they were kind of futuristic ninjas. I mean, that was the basis of them being so astutely skilled in martial arts, right? You know?
Yeah. He's referring to the Sentai, because the Sentai counterpart, they were ninjas.
Ah, see, you know more than I do. Remember, I'm an actor. I only know the script.
Yep.
Also, like filming your popsicle scene. Yes, everyone loved your popsicle scene.
Oh, it was probably one of the most fun days there because, again, it was just super silly, and I got to eat that stuff, you know.
Ooh, did you keep anything from set?
Just I had some photos that I had taken, and we never did because they didn't move on to our show. So I had a photo, and I made it and had everybody sign it, and gave everybody one so that they could, because I was doing signings everywhere I went with family members and their friends and stuff, and they said, "We got any photos? Any photos?" So I took one of the 6x8s and to Kinko's and made up the 8x10s and had everybody sign it. So yeah, that's all I saved.
Any chance you're related to?
He doesn't answer my calls, so I'm going to refuse to answer that.
Kim is saying, yes, his cat is adorable, guys. Aw, I don't touch it.
Sorry for the distraction. Otherwise, they'll be clawing at the door.
How many do you have?
I have two. These are Cornish Rexes. This is... All right, never mind. That's Bella.
Aw.
And Bijou. Yeah. They're Cornish Rexes. They're very exotic cats from England.
Oh, really?
They do have hair. They look like a sphinx, but they have hair. They only have an inner coat. Super, super soft. They're soft like a duckling.
My wife and I love cats. We have 6.
So before you guys go to the final request question, Brandon, you will hear something you want to show you guys, the fans.
Yeah, so this is one of the photos I actually got from a fan who, when we do signings, this is one of the things we're gonna get printed. I actually haven't showed you this yet, so
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
you can't see it it's like your actual product. There you go, your production press shot there. Actually, somebody who had that, they had it in black and white, and they actually colored it, so it looks really nice.
That looks great. That looks like me.
Yeah.
So guys, that's a preview of David's autograph print.
Yep, one of them.
Well, yes, one of them. Of course, Brandon, you can make a nice one. So I know you. Oh my gosh. Can you say your red? Can you say your red Alien Ranger line, or do you still remember it?
What was that? Hey, yeah, what? Is that Black Eyed Peas I gotta sing now? What?
You say, hey, oh, your Rangers of Akatar, Ranger Power. Like,
He's wanting to say the Red Alien Ranger. From Forever Red to see if it sounds like the guy that they replaced him with.
Yeah. What does he want me to say? I'm sure it doesn't, because
He wants you to say Red Alien Ranger. Huh!
Red Alien Ranger. Huh!
Yeah, still got it.
And I guess I got to do the eyes. Look at that.
Right.
He didn't do the eyes, I'm sure. No, but we did do our own. It's morphin' time and cross our hands and do all that stuff.
Before we go to request,
Marvel, so much
go.
better.
Let's go. That's right.
I keep giving DC a try.
Yeah, we all
let
do.
me ask you this: who is your favorite Marvel superhero, David?
God, I just love the interaction of Iron Man, because I love Robert Downey Jr. Can't see anybody else playing that character. Was phenomenal. And then they came out with Guardians of the Galaxy, which sorry, I'm at a loss for his name now, but that was brilliant. I love that movie. So yeah.
So curious, there. You got the guitar. Do you ever play like live or anything, or just kind of strum at home? Like how do you?
I quit playing for a real long time. A couple of years ago, my kids are old enough now that I got to pay to see them at dinner once a month. Yeah. So a few years ago, I started playing again. So yeah, I've been in a few bands in the past year and a half. I will be again. You play guitar. I'm in the midst of learning something that a guitar player 30 years ago was so proud. He was 15. He could play the whole reeling in the years thing.
That's awesome.
So I started learning that yesterday or the day before. I'm very surprised that it's as easy as it is. But yeah, no, I've been playing for a long time, and I do go out and jam with people every now and then.
Speaking of your guitar, on the spot.
I suppose I could, but I'm probably not going to.
Oh, sorry guys. We tried.
I don't know that you'd know any of the songs I play.
No, yeah.
I mean,
We're down.
I've been working on my scales, so I've been kind of trying to get better with that.
Well, all right. I'll tell you what.
Yes. For you guys, there's a treat for you guys.
All right, now we'll wonder if this is in tune. Yeah. All right, name this tune. Kansas Dust in the Wind.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yes, I can play. I don't just own guitars. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what I play.
Hey, that was good though. Oh, and he did answer Dust in the Wind. Sorry, Mike.
Dust in the Wind, Mike. Good job.
So before we leave, David,
Yeah.
final requests for the fans are asking, can you do your morph?
I'm gonna say no because I don't know how I would morph.
Like, do you know the call out still?
Like, do you remember the call outs?
It's morphin' time.
Yeah.
There you go, guys.
That was me.
All right, awesome. Thank you, David, so much for being our special.
Although I forgot that this was my sign, right?
Oh yeah, yes. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like this.
See,
Forgot.
we had to come up with that. No, you just showed the picture. I believe it was like this. It was like a heart. Was it? You still got that picture?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I got it. All right, guys. Give me a sec. For a picture. It's somewhere here.
Shoulders down.
Huh? It's not there anymore. That's weird. But yeah, it was like that. It was like this. So.
Yeah.
So guys, this is thank you David for being our special guest. Where can the fans find you? And do you have any social media accounts or websites?
I don't, but we will soon.
Yeah.
So Brandon, where can they find you?
You can find me at Studio 43 PD on Instagram. Facebook's not working for some reason, but Twitter, all that. And then, obviously for bookings, www.studio43pd.com. David and I are going to be working together on some signings here soon with Jim and hopefully some of the other Alien Rangers. So keep an eye out on the socials. David, I think we talked about we're gonna possibly make a place where you can see all those ads and promos for when we start doing the signings and everything. So
yeah.
Before David, so a fan did look for your call sign. So is it?
It's Morphin time. Red Aquatar Ranger Power.
There you go.
There you
Red
go.
Alien Ranger Power. I said all the. See, I got all the best lines, didn't I?
Yeah.
You guys can find me on Instagram, Dancerboy2%. Please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at the Morphin Network. All right, guys. David, thank you again for being a special guest.
A pleasure. Thank you, guys.
And this Morphin Network is signing out. Bye, guys.